So Will Smith is being sued by tour violinists for sexual harassment and a wrongful termination. So not a good look for Will Smith to start the new year. And let's get right into this article and see what Variety has to say about the situation going on. So Will Smith has been sued by the tour violinists in the suit filed this past Tuesday and reviewed by Variety. Musician Brian King Joseph names Smith and Treyball Studios management as defendants and accuses Smith of predatory behavior and deliberate grooming and priming Mr. Joseph for further sexual exploitation on is based on a true story 2025 tour this past spring. The suit alleges that Smith hired Joseph in November of 2024 to perform at a show in San Diego and was subsequently invited to join his 2025 tour and play on his upcoming album. As the relationship grew closer, Smith told Joseph that you and I have such a special connection I don't have with anyone else. That's something, in my personal opinion, weird to say, especially new kid on the block trying to get exposure, connections. I just probably wouldn't say that. He might interpret it a different way. Just keeping things not respectful. That's not the word I'm looking for. Professional. That's the word. And I don't know if I would have said that, but in Hollywood, there is no rules when it comes to that industry. But in my opinion, I would not have said that. But let's continue on. So this is what he said to Joseph. He previously competed on America's Got Talent, joined the first leg of Smith's tour in March 2025 for a show in Las Vegas, where hotel rooms had been booked for the band and crew members. His suit claims that his bag, which contained his hotel key, and it went missing for several hours before management found it. They returned it to him, and members of management were the only individuals with access to his room. Later that night, Joseph returned to find that someone had unlawfully entered the room, left behind belongings, including wipes, a bottle of HIV medication, with another individual's name in a note that read, Brian, I'll be back later, no later than 5:30, just as Stone F. So it had a drawn heart, which Joseph interpreted as a warning that an unknown individual would soon return to his room to engage in sexual acts with him. No mention of Will Smith, by the way. There's no ties to him. He's not having any type of physical contact. There's an accusation. So you can make the lawsuit, but companies can fire you for whatever they feel like. If they find you that you're doing something not correct according to your standards, they can just fire you for whatever. Did they wrongfully terminate him? He might have a case there, but sexual harassment, I don't know. That's pretty bold to say, and I don't think he'll win that side of the story unless we get more reports about other stuff going on. But just looking at this entire situation, it doesn't look like Will Smith did anything, just had a conversation and had him on the tour, but that's about it. He notified hotel security and Smith's representatives and reported the incident to a non-emergency police line. He claims that just days later, a member of the management team shamed him for the incident and told him he was being terminated, suggesting that Joseph made the whole thing up. Yeah, that's not a good look, because if he's just making things up, why is he finding this stuff in his room? This is a weird situation. My theory is I think there was an employer on Will Smith's company where he was getting jealous of this kid and he wanted to set him up. That's my theory of what's going down here. But we have to see more reports come out before we have any type of conclusion. It just reminds me of like that situation with Chris Rock and Will Smith, where Will Smith went and slapped him after what he said about his wife. And people were like, man, why did you slap Chris Rock? And it sounded like he was lying. It was pretty weak on Will Smith's part. He's just been in the news for just the wrong reasons. I love doing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. But man, the dude's just catching L's and getting all this drama in the news, and you just want to stay away from this stuff as you get older. But it's Hollywood, it's hard to, right? So a representative for Smith did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. So my thing is this: why not say something about it? You can just clear it up very quickly and say, yeah, we terminated him, but the other side is not true. Joseph suffers from PTSD and economic loss. He is suing for retaliation, wrongful termination, and sexual harassment. That damages be determined by a jury. The thing is this, I don't know how far this case will go. There needs to be more news that'll come out about the situation. I don't see him winning unless you have some type of strong evidence. You're going to need more than just you found stuff in your hotel room. It's not appropriate what happened, but you're going to need more than that. Like, who wrote the note? You got to find the prints for that, and you need more proof. You can't just have, oh, I found this in my room, they fired me. Now, the termination part, I think he could build a case. You could show text messages. You could show how you're performing. You could use references from other employees, how they felt about you on the job, and use that as a case. But saying that Will Smith sexually harassed you, there's no evidence, tying him to any of that going on. I don't think he'll win that side of the case, but wrongful termination, he could have a point there, but we shall see. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on this situation, Will Smith and the violinist. Whose side are you on? How do you think this is all going to play out? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.